Here we go. All right, let me move that down there. Okay, and let me try to get situated here. It's been a whole week since I last streamed, so bear with me. Oh, there we go. Okay, cool. Okay, so we have, there we go, my chat, we're live. It seems the condition is unstable. Oh darn. Well, I mean, it is what it is. So if the condition's a little bit bad, it'll be fine. But for now, I think this will be good. Okay. All right. Okay, so I think we're good. Let's go ahead and turn on the music. And let's get started. So let's go here. It's weird how... Okay, I can't see. I hate when it does this. All right, 1 second. Still trying to get situated. What's going on here? Let me refresh this. No, I hate when it does this kind of stuff. It like crops the top and I can't see my information. It's so annoying. Let's move this. Okay, there we go. Some good old-fashioned JavaScript. That's like cropping my stuff. Okay, cool. All right, so let's go ahead and play around with this. So right here, let me bring this down. We have a TwitchBot boilerplate that I did last night. So I started working on this last night. I used the Twitch example as my boilerplate here. So if you go to Twitch Dev Chatbot Python example, so I use this as my boilerplate, and I'm basically building up on this. And basically, let's just go ahead and have fun. Right now, I think the only commands are shout out, dance, quote, dice, game, title. So for example, shout out right now, let's say for example at, let's say Zossi K, it basically shouts them out like so. Dance, so this is for the music streams, where it basically selects a dance portion of a dictionary and basically prints it out. You can dance with other people too. While people come in, you know, I'll probably explain this many times. Quote, retrieves a quote, dice, you can roll a die, so dice, like so, and so forth. Now, one of the things that I want to work on right now is basically counters. So I'm running SQLite 3 in here, and basically what I want to do is add different, you know, different tables, and then essentially add counters. So for example, when I die playing like Little Nightmares, someone can actually add the death count. When you know, Zazie starts dancing, you can add a Zazie dance or zoomies or something like that. Yeah, I mean, just to have fun. Later on, I mean, I would like to do some cooler stuff, but we're doing some basic TwitchBot stuff to learn and to kind of just play around with this. So we'll see how it goes. You know, it could be that it just doesn't go well, but you know, it is what it is. Okay, so I basically have I created this like credential piece, so that way you can actually have this TwitchBot store different user credentials, so that way it could be for both myself and Zossi at the same time, and then essentially retrieving those credentials and so forth. If there's no credentials for that user that you enter, then it exits. We specify those credentials here, and then essentially we go through the whole 9 yards of getting the access token, you know, retrieving the channel ID through the, you know, traditional API, And then essentially after having all that data, we log in into the IRC and the IRC chat. So that way we're listening to the chat. Here, for example, I'm not too familiar how the single server IRC bot works, to be honest. So I used the Twitch dev example. I don't have really extreme knowledge of that. But then here, you know, of course, we're just adding the fun stuff, and you know, we want to dedicate on the fun stuff. Okay, so let's go ahead and start out by creating a counter. So right now, as I mentioned earlier, we have the shout out command, we have the dance command that we built last night, the quote command, which basically retrieves a quote. So for example, if I type in quote right now, it's going to retrieve, I completed medical school at Loma Linda University School of Medicine, 1984, Samuel Wilson. I don't know how that's that's a quote, but okay, it's a quote. And then essentially we have, you know, what kind of game we're playing, and we have title, dice. So if we do title, we retrieve the title, dice, we roll, and then we have game. I forgot game. It's currently playing Science and Technology. So, oh, well, that doesn't really retrieve much information, but it is what it is. Okay, so what I want to do now is something like zoomies count, or death. Actually, let's do a death count, because I know I might play Little Nightmares later, and when I was playing Little Nightmares, it seemed like people just wanted to count my deaths because I'm really bad at the game. So let's give that a shot. Okay, so first things first, what I need to do is here I have the on the, you know, the start, if you will, or before the start, I'm creating the table for user, right? We can do it very sloppy and essentially create a table for death count here. But I'm not sure if we want to do that right here. Like, I might want to create a separate class for that. So, and by the way, you know, right now we're kind of trying to create our own ORM using SQLite. So let's go ahead and create a new one, and let's call this death count pot. And we're going to create this our own class. Now, as a, you know, helper, if you will, I am going to be using this like code snippet. So that way, from this person that did a SQLite tutorial, this is the first time I'm working with SQLite. I think, actually, no, I've worked with some Flask in the past and not used SQLite. But anyways, let's go in here, and I'm basically going to copy and paste, the good old copy and paste like so. Hey, what's up, dude? How are you? How you doing today? Oh yeah, this guy is the star of the stream. That's the star of the stream right there. Everyone loves it. So so by the way, if you want to see a legit coder and not me, a noob and a scrub, you should check out Jordan VL. So I'm using my bot right now, and oh no, it crashed my bot. Okay, so as you can see there, already having some issues. Let me actually move this up a little bit, like this. Okay, there we go. No updated credentials. Oh. Now I crashed it. No. Okay, there we go. And then if we do SO at Jordan, like that. There you go. Now it works. Kind of broken, you know, a little, you know, scrub, but it is what it is. Which is kind of cool. So I can shout out people if they join in, and so forth. Okay, so yeah. And you can roll. So here are all the commands right now that I have. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I should probably do command or commands. So there's some stuff right there, which is kind of cool. So let's go into, I should probably change that to command or commands. Receiving commands, command, or command is equal to command, like that. Yeah, dude. And look, check it out. You can do some. So it's like 3 different ones, like that. Or you can do dance at Jordan VO. So, and then you can do dance at Zossi K. Oh, it seems to be doing the same thing, but dance, and then you can do dance at Zossi K at Jordan VO. So I'm dancing, and then it's like, it's officially a dance party. It's so dumb, but I don't know, I had fun. I coded most of this last night, which is kind of cool. But yeah, it's so dumb. Okay. Yeah. And now I want to do a death counter, so every single time I die, someone can do death. And then put the game or something. Or actually, basically they do death, and based on the game that I'm playing, it increases it by 1. Yeah, I kind of just started playing. Basically, what I've been doing is just what you see in other streams. So not very original content. I would love to do some original content, but like, I mean, it's so hard when everyone's like playing around with stuff like this. No official Python library, so there's no like SDK, if you will. But it does use irc.bot, which I think it's a little bit more universal, right? So it's not Twitch specific. It's IRC specific, which is kind of cool. And then here, for example, if you go to Twitch dev, you have the chatbot Python example. This is like basically my boilerplate for building the bot. Notice how for the major part of it, I'm basically using a lot of this. What I've been enhancing quite a bit right now is this init, as well as the commands. But as you can see here, it's plug and play, ready to go. So, I mean, to get started and playing around and tweaking with it, it's super simple, which is kind of cool. Okay, so I had that, and what I want to do now is death count. So class, and let's call this death count. And it's kind of funny to Jordan, because you know, I'm so used to, from a day-to-day perspective, having all of the ORM already built, and there's like, it's so easy, and now I'm starting to try to create my own little objects and create them from scratch and such. So it's kind of interesting. So okay, so here we have first, so let's say for example game, and then we want count. And hey Rad Muddy, how you doing? It was a fun night last night with Fantastic and Random Team playing Soma. Yeah, so unfortunately, Rad Muddy, this is not a game. This is boring stuff. So if you need to take a snooze, you know. Okay, so maybe game count. Maybe I can add a type. So maybe like we want like a death count, maybe we want like a jump count, a YOLO count, or whatever, stuff like that in the future. I'm not sure. Oh, no worries. Sounds good. Yeah, Odoo makes it super simple. Yeah, the fact that so much is done. I can't only read a bit of ABAP though. Got it. Oh, yeah. You noticed my Vim? Oh, yeah. Yeah. I'm just, you know, going for it, dude. Count. And then essentially type. Oh, there goes the type. Let's actually do count type. I hate it when I use the same kind of. I know you can, but count type like that. Count. All right. So game count, count type. Those are going to be my 3 columns in this table. I don't need properties yet. And honestly, I don't understand why I would need them if I'm doing basic SQL queries. I will... I will comment that out for now until I understand a little bit more. Let's do that. And then let's, if that employee, so this is going to be death count, and let's do death underscore count, the table, and here we can do. I'm a big fan. Actually, Jordan, do you know why people would prefer doing format instead of the %? Like, I'm a big fan of this. I'm a big fan of %s. And then %, and then essentially your tuple of values. I'm not sure, but I've been seeing this more and more often. I'm not sure if there's like a benefit to this or not. Let's just go with it for now. So self.game, and then here self.count, and self.pay is going to be count type. So that's what we're going to do right there. Okay, so essentially we have that. So now what we want to do here is from death count, import death count. Okay, let's do death count like that. Or actually counter. Let's not do that because we're going to do type. You can do counter, multiple different types. So. And then I'm going to rename this to counter. Formats Python 3, I think. It has some more options to format stuff, but for basic use, it doesn't matter much. Got it. Yeah, I'm so used to that % type. All right, so class counter. We have counter, there we go. And now what we're going to do is go back to .py. And then here we're going to import this, import counter from counter. If you really want to be hip, you have to use F strings. Oh man. So how do you, so F counter self.counter. Oh man. And if you have multiple, how would you do it? Just have, just multiple brackets, right? Wait, hold on. Oh, you just put F and then you put, gosh, Saturday. Yeah, 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 exactly. Got it. Makes sense now. Okay. From counter, import counter. All right, sounds good. So now we have from counter, import counter. It's not liking this. Oh, that's because I'm not using it yet. Okay, so now I have to go to my cheat sheet here because honestly, I have to kind of take a look at. So you create a class, right? And then basically what I want. Oh, not what I wanted. Let's go here. And what I want to take a look at here is update and remove. So EMP pay, but why? So then why are you creating a class? I mean, doesn't it seem like it's like creating a class is a little bit kind of like if you're already doing the query like this? What if you do SQLite demo. So for example, he uses here as a way to get employee by name, insert. Shouldn't he does it here externally, but shouldn't you like add it within the class to create it? So wouldn't that make sense a little bit better? In my opinion, it kind of makes sense. Okay, so let's go back here. Like for example, if we want to have this get created, so I'm just gonna do that, remove that, remove that, remove that for now. Yeah, it's weird that it's like outside. I'm not sure why they do that in that snippet, but okay, so we have here the init, and what I want to do in the init actually is basically just create the table, which again, he doesn't do it here. Not sure why, but I'm going to go ahead and go back, and sorry if this is kind of like a little annoying to see, to be honest. I'm going to go here and do this. So that way we can actually create the table. And I might be doing it wrong. I'm going out on a limb here. I'm really not, once again, I mean, when I play around, usually on a day-to-day basis, the ORM is already built for me. It's super simple. So I'm kind of like, you know, going on a limb here, playing around with this stuff. So create table if it does not exist. Let's call this counter, and then let's go ahead and call this game. Oh, this is game. This is count, which is integer. I think SQLite takes it as an integer, like so. And then we have count type, which is also a text here, like that. Okay. So we have self game count type with the cursor, execute con.commit, and then that basically will create the table if it doesn't exist. If it does exist, it's going to ignore it. Game count type. Okay, so let's go ahead and now define create self, and then values. Let's do vals. It's a little bit easier. Okay, and then basically here, here I'm so used to putting for record and self immediately. It's kind of hilarious. And then here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create. So something like this. Now, basically, the while loop with con, which is already established here. The only problem is, I'm wondering if I'm going to have connection close issues, because if I, yeah, we'll run into that one once it gets here. But also maybe using a universal create would be nice. You know how like proper ORMs do it, where you're not writing a SQL query every single time. But we can play with that a little bit later. Okay, so counter, and basically here, vals. Oh, cool. Okay, so what we can do here is keys is equal to vals.keys, like so. And basically this will be our keys. I don't think you have to dot join. I don't think we have to add the colon before. Or is that a SQLite thing? It could be a SQLite thing. I'm not sure. Let's do dot join our keys. So this is basically going to give us this right here. So a little %s here. Let's go ahead. Actually, counter. Let me reference my syntax with this is a little bit off right now. Let's go to. So user, yeah, our keys, and then the values. Yeah, so user keys and then values. Okay, so user counter, and then here we will insert our keys, and then the values. Weird that it adds that colon. Oh, that colon is based upon this, the way they're inserting. So we'll be fine with this for now. And then so this will be a dictionary. So retrieve values of a dictionary only Python. Items, unfortunately, I think also brings in values. Oh, duh. Oh my God. Jordan, you're probably thinking, what are you doing, man? Oh, dude. Okay, and then values is equal to, so actually, this is going to be interesting because I need to do something like this, where actually vals.values, but this will give me, I think this will give me an array, right? So, oh darn, I kind of want to use another, let's say Python 3. Okay, so for example, if I have my dict is equal to test, and I do 1, so something like that, and I say my dict dot values, dict values. So maybe if I do list of my dict dot values and then close that out. Okay, cool. All right, so it just does provide me an array, and then I can basically just comma separate them, which is kind of cool. All right, so basically this is going to be a list of values like so, and basically what we're going to do is going to do the same thing, right? So we're going to comma dot join like that, and then like that. So then we can use keys and values, and then we can go ahead and percent it to, oh, my bad, %s, and then here this is going to be keys, and this is going to be values, like that. Why is the C complaining here? Undefined named C. Oh, because I haven't done the cursor here, so I kind of have to do that. Wait, do I have to? Shoot, I don't understand the benefits of having the cursor in the top as opposed to within each function. I need to understand that better. Really not sure, because you want to open the cursor every single time you're writing and then close it, right? But we'll get to that eventually. That's the whole point of this, is just kind of learning and having fun. So, okay, so define create. We have the keys. We have the keys and values, and then basically we just go ahead and do that. We execute, and so forth. So that should be good to go. Okay, so let's give that a shot. So if we were to go here, and let's say, for example, let's create a new command. So let's go ahead and do let's go ahead and do a create counter command. So create counter, and then let's say what should that command be? New counter, something like that. And new counter should only be a privileged command, so we're just going to add it here. So privileged here, by the way, means either a moderator or myself as GFP Solutions. So so new counter, like so. All right, so new counter, else if privileged, blah blah. Okay, so here I don't want to list users is equal to self strip users. but it's not strip users here, to be honest. It's going to be e.arguments. So here we're going to basically parse the string, so the command, so that it's new counter, and then it has, you know, what the counter name should be. So here what we're going to do is e.arguments, and then so that will give us, is it e.arguments 0, I think? Let's see the function that I built for stripping users. E.arguments, yeah, so it's the first. It's weird that it's in an array. I'm not sure why, but, you know, it is what it is. Perfect timing. Hey, what's up, Chocolate? How you doing? Let's see here. So if we go back here, what I basically want to do, oh, let me just go ahead and paste that right there. So Jordan, Chocolate, I think it was Chocolate and several others saw me painfully try to create the bot in JavaScript. I was having so many problems with JavaScript, the syntax and whatever. It was hilarious. It is just pure comedy, pure comedy. It's so good. Okay, so list users, e.arguments split. So basically we're gonna have the new counter and then basically what the counter name is. So counter name is equal to basically the second. Oh, actually we should probably do something like list users. So not list users, let's go ahead and parsed message. And if len of parsed message is less than 2, then basically, hey, what's up, no Jalen? If it's less than what's the private message? I want to send something like this, yeah. So I'm gonna go here. So if it's less than 2, right, we're gonna say something along the lines of you must specify a counter name when creating a counter, something like that, and then we can remove that like so. So if less than 2, and basically counter name will be parsed message 1. So that will be our counter name. We don't need to do any of this, so we can actually go ahead and remove that. Okay, so here what we're going to go ahead and do is create it. So technically speaking, we should be able to do counter.create. Whoop, where am I? Counter.create, and basically pass the values. So it should be something counter values. Counter vals is equal to, and then create the dictionary, and then here we can do something along the lines of, so game count type. So game count, and then count type, like so. Count is always going to be 0 at the beginning when we're creating it. Count type. Oh shoot! You know what? We should probably add something like you must usage. Let's just do usage. Where usage is going to be counter, new counter, and then here then add Actually, chat, what is the best way when we're doing strings to tell a user how they should use something? Is it like these guys? Is it brackets? Well, brackets we can't use because they need to be formatted. So something like new counter, counter name, something like that, and then counter type. I'm not sure. Okay, something like that. And then, for example, if less than 3, then it's going to go ahead and say, no, well, this is the usage that you need to do. And then basically exit. Now, I think, how can we exit? Can we just return true? Yeah, let's return true. And that way we exit telling them, hey, this is what you got to do. Okay, so counter name, we got the parsed message, and then counter type. Let's do the third. And then basically here, we're going to go ahead and add this. And oh, we forgot counter name. Let's just use name like this, and then apply that, something like that, right? And basically, let's go back to counter. Oh, they use arrays. So like something like this. Usage, counter name. Just want to be official, you know? Something like that. I think. Okay, so counter type. I got to go back to counter. Let's do name. Like that. And then name. Then it's going to be name. Name. Alrighty then. And that should work, I think. Okay, cool. Okay, and then here, for example, we have counter type. There we go. And game. So game. How do we get game? Basically, I'm going to tap into the API to see what game, and we already have that command here. Now, it would be extremely repetitive to have it in the same thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and create a game. So a game function. So game is equal to get game. And basically here I'm going to use self.getGame. And what do we need here? We need self.channelID, self.clientID, which we don't need. Oh, cool. So that's all. And then basically here we're just going to return our game. Oh, okay. So we're going to go ahead and actually, you know what's funny? Channel info. Let's do get channel info. Get channel info, right? And then here we're going to go ahead and just put R. And then basically the function here, we're going to do get channel info returns just R. And then basically we can extract it to get information like this. So let's do that instead of having it in multiple places. And then define get channel info self, and then put this in here and return R like that. So basically header, oh yeah, this is all messed up. So basically on get channel info, we have self URL, self.channelID, that's basically part of this. Self.clientID, accept, request, return R. Okay, so, and that should do it for this guy down here. And we should get that stuff. So then now, I'm gonna go ahead and copy this. Kraken, so technically speaking, it is alive, but when you authenticate via Kraken, it gives you the message saying war is war and it doesn't change, but APIs do. Hey, what's up, Rachel? How are you? Yeah, so Kraken is kind of still alive, but you know, it is it's hacking the world. We're not hacking anybody, unfortunately. I would love to do like hack the box, but I'm not that good. But oh, by the way, guys, so check it out. I have SO now, and I can do this at SQLite, at Rachel, all in one string, at Jordan VO, at no Jalen, boom. So I do one SO. Oh no, did I break my bot? Oh, sorry, the bot's not working right now. Okay, well, that can explain it. Oh no, okay. Here, 1 second, let me do this like that. All right. Here, 1 second. Come on, there we go. Okay, there we go. Wow, yeah. Get wrecked, you know? Okay, so now let's go ahead and go here. Cannot import name counter from counter. Interesting. I thought it was called counter. Do I need to do something differently? Get wrecked. Let's see here. So here we have from employee import employee. From employee import employee. Class. Yeah. Oh, come on. Syntax. Come on. There we go. Absolutely. Okay, let's try this. Okay, so now GFP solutions, we put the channel, update credentials, no. All right, we're in. Okay, so now we could do the famous shout out, but now we can do all at once. Boom. And look at that. I just spammed my own chat. Voila. So, yeah, it's hilarious. It's funny because when we first started playing with the JavaScript bot, I created a quote thing with a count of quotes that you could get, and you know, kind of stupid me, I didn't put a limit, so you could actually do quote 5,000, and it would retrieve 5,000 quotes and post 5,000 messages in chat. It was ridiculous. Yeah, exactly, SQLite. Our bots will rule the world. Yeah. So, but anyways, you know, I'm a scruffed programmer. If you guys want to see a legit person program, Jordan, who's lurking, I think, is pretty freaking legit. So, okay, so counter vals, we have counter type here. Yeah, I'm using Pretzel music. I don't know if you guys have heard of it. It's like that streamer, Pretzel Rocks or something like that. It just, you know, takes the guessing out of it kind of deal. Okay, so the whole reason why I did this is because I wanted to do where's the get channel info, is because now I want to get channel info. Actually, if I type in game, did this break it? No, perfect. Supposedly it's Creative Commons music. It's Stream or whatever. Streamlabs is the one that presented it. Honestly, I haven't done the due diligence to check if it's good, but it is what it is. I mean, if I get the MCA striked, I rarely stream, so it is what it is. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to do get channel info. So I'm going to do here self.getChannelInfo, and basically this should return the R, which then we can use this for, I think it was R game, right? Game. Let's go down here. R game, yeah, okay. So there we go. So counter values create counter vals here, and then that should create a record. So it should be, oh, counter. It should be with a capital C. So okay, so let's go ahead and do the counter like that. Counter create, and this should create it. Still my life goal to get DMCA'd for YMCA one day. Yeah, that's hilarious. Oh, also, to all the musicians that have kind of logged in here, the dancing mechanism is cool in my opinion. So you can do dance, it will do different dances. And then you can also do dance at, for example, dance with someone. So something like that. And also there's multiple messages, 3 to be exact. And then you can also do dance and then at, let's say for example, Rachel and myself and Chocolate want to all dance. We can do, it's officially a dance party and then we're all dancing. I know, it's dumb, I know, but it's fun. So, okay. And it's open-ended, so you could put 5 names there. Okay, so now we have the counter.create, counter vals, and basically I want to now return it. So basically, what I want to do is like a red. How can I do this? Get, define get, maybe, perhaps, self. And then what should I be? It should be like query or something like that. Like it's gonna be a search query. So the define, okay, so here, what we're gonna do is query. This is where it gets dangerous, right, Jordan? We can expose ourselves to SQL injections in this case. That's always no good. Let's add something like that, and then let's say, for example, with con and c.execute, and then here we're going to go ahead and do select star from counter where, and then put our select query. The only problem is, any thoughts on a clean way to do a select query? Because, I mean, technically I can pass a string, but that's just dangerous, right? How should I do it? What would be a good way? So when you want to search for a counter, yeah, I mean, technically speaking, you could put a value or a values. Yeah, in values, technically speaking, you could in game you can count. Well, game you could technically do counter and counter name as well. You could put a little end there and see if it breaks it. We'll try it. For query, where this is equal to that and this is equal to that. So dance print hello. The good news is on that one we're not using SQL. So let's actually do this. Let's do let's not do a get yet, and let's restart the bot here. And we're just going to create it. So essentially, let's go ahead and restart it. No, okay. And then sometimes it stalls here. It's kind of weird. Let's see. There we go, now it joined. Okay, so if I do new counter, and then basically my test, and then here add counter type def, then missing vowels. Why did I miss vowels? Counter dot create. Oh, come on. Counter vowels. I thought that was self. Counter vowels. Why is it you have counter, that's self. Not really sure why that's happening there, but let's do something like that. Maybe it's not defined, that's the problem. Okay, there we go. Let's go ahead and run this bot up again. No. Okay, there we go. Let's do this. Let's give it a shot. New counter, there we go. So now let's do this again, and let's do something like this. Select star from user, not user, from counter. Interesting. Wait, hold on. Was that the thing I broke? Let's see here. Python 3. If I do something like this. Oh, wait, hold on. No. And then here. Yeah, so that escapes everything. That's a way to break it. List of values. Int create. Expected string instance. Int found. Interesting. So I'm going to have to account for that. But we'll get to the security later. Okay. So let's say here. And let's say we have query. From where. And then here we have... and then %s, and then here %, and then query. The good news is these are privileged user commands, so not anybody in chat could do it, but still. Yeah, right. Yep. We'll get to security later. Famous last words. Okay, so query should be, we trust everyone. Well, the good news is right now, for example, if you guys try to create a counter, it will not work, which is good. So counter.get, and let's say, for example, I can basically add vowels here, maybe, or search vowels. Yeah, I can add a search vowels, something like that, right? And then the search vowels, vowels is equal, so this is kind of like a hacky implementation, we'll see what happens, where name is equal to counter name, something like that. You counter test that. It shouldn't work. Oh, darn. Okay, let me try it again. GFT solutions, no. Okay, give it a shot, Jordan. I think you shouldn't have, oh wait, it's still getting the access token. It like messes up from time to time. I don't know why. Okay, there we go. You can do it. You can do it again now. It's weird. So it's received the command, but it shouldn't have done anything. Like if you try to break it, it's not going to escape out because it doesn't run that line of code. Yeah. let's see here. Counter.create, search vowels, counter name. Let's do that. So basically, we have search values that were being passed here. So we have search vowels, counter.get, and then let's change this to search vowels. And then here, for example, what we do here is we try to create a query, and a query will be something like where, you know, X is equal to X. Or actually, it's something like this, A is equal to that. So we need to basically somehow return something like that from the search vowels. So what we can do is for item for in search vowels dot items, and I believe if we go back to our terminal, if we go to mydict.items, it's just oh, do we do a dictionary of items? Is that what we do? Yeah, okay, so then we have a dictionary. But what if we have more than one, right? So let's do mydict is equal to first, and then 1, and then let's go ahead and do second is equal to 2, and then let's go ahead and do that, and then let's do interesting. So it provides us so I don't want to do a dictionary, I want to do an array or list, because that way I can iterate through them. That's what I want to do. I want to iterate through them. I don't want to reference them. Okay, so search vowels dot items, and then here, for example, we're going to do list. So that will give us a list of items. And then here, for example, what we can do is item 0 and item 1. So item 0 will be the key, and then this is going to be the value. And basically what we want to do is query string, or query is equal to this, and then basically add something along the lines of something along the lines of key. So query string, query plus or equal to, and then do this like %s, and then basically is equal to, and then %s, like that. Now the problem is we need to add the ands, so we still need to do that. So, but we'll figure that out. So key value, like that. And then, for example, second. Oh, this is going to be so hacky, but let's try it. And second. Second. Let me go ahead and do second. And basically second here, %s. And basically, if it's second key, delete 2, and second is it going to be equal to and space, like that. And then moving forward, we're going to have second, like that. So query is equal to second. So for item in this, if we have more than one, the and is going to be added at the end. We'll see. That should work. So second and, so that should return something like this with an and statement. And then we can do the query here where the following. Talk about like super vulnerable code right now, to be honest. I'm not sure, you know, I'm really not sure how I'm going to optimize this from a security standpoint to be right now. probably add some way of like evaluating details and so forth. But for now, I mean, we're doing this. Okay, so now we have search files. Let's do name and let's do the what's the other one? And count type. So we want to make sure that count type is equal to the count type here. Counter.get, and then we're going to go ahead and do a message like this and say new counter created, and then here we can add %s, and we don't necessarily have to do the get, to be honest, but I just kind of want to verify that I created it. And then here, for example, this is gonna, what is this gonna return, by the way, the counter.get? C.execute. Darn, we have to return this, don't we? Because if we go here, so getting access token. So here I have self.credentials, get credentials. I already wrote this. Okay, so I want to return this. So let me go back here. We're not doing that. We're doing a search select query. So, and we're going to return that. And then basically just copy that and paste all of that like that. So that should return that. Okay, so that should return the record. If we go back here, it should be record is equal to, and then here it should be %, and then record record dot what is it, count name, and record, and then add something like, oh, what a raid! Oh no, what a raid! They're raiding us. Hello everybody. PyFluff, thank you very much for the raid. The duck thanks you. Thank you very much for the raid. Right now we're just doing good old Twitch bot programming. Okay, there's a focus. Some Twitch bot programming. Hey, String Player Gamer, Neosys, Fantastic Random Team, SQLite. Hey everybody. Hey Pixel, how you guys doing? Oh, we can test our bot right now. That's got to be a redeem when you get affiliated. Yeah, it should. It should. We can actually do SO at PyFluff now, like that, and voila. So that's literally what we're building right now. We're building our own little Twitch bot. Notice how here we received the command for shout out and so forth. Thanks, PyFluff. Thanks for being a total champion SPG's front page party. Not at all. I mean, SPG deserves it, you know. I'm just a random fan slash viewer. So, yeah. Well, thanks for rating, guys. You know, if you need a nap, this is the perfect stream for you. Yeah, so... So we're just having fun with TwitchBot. Right now, I'm creating a counter. So for example, I'm creating a way, I'm connecting this TwitchBot to, yeah, Fantastic Random Team, check it out. We have commands now. So you can actually, so there's mod commands and there's user commands. You can dance with others. So you can do dance at, dance and then space at whoever you want to dance with. You can dance with multiple people. You can do a quote, dice, and so forth. Yeah. It's kind of cool. You can have a dance party with multiple people and so forth. And Fantastic Random Team, we're not coding in JavaScript. we're actually coding in Python. So way more comfortable with this as opposed to earlier. So, so anyways, so here we basically are creating from the chat a counter, and then essentially we're passing it back with the name. So let's do counter type like so, and hopefully that works there. Is it related to the Viper? I mean, you know, they're both nice snakes. Python, yes, PyFluff. The Python. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started here. Again, I'm gonna restart the chatbot right now. And the reason why is because now I'm gonna test the create new counter. So I believe it was new counter. Yep, okay, so let me go back here. New counter, and then let's say, for example, say a death, and then death count. Like that. Ooh, we're missing vowels in create. Okay, so something is missing here on the create counter vowels. I think it's the same thing with the problem here that I'm using self, and perhaps I shouldn't be using self. So let's go ahead and remove both of the self. I thought we would have to reference, but we're not referencing any like variables here, I think. So, well, we technically are. So I'm not sure why. Yeah, this is, what's the name of it? Visual Studio. Yeah, Visual Studio. Fun fact, there are no poisonous snakes, only venomous snakes. Learned that when I used to work at an aquarium. That is actually interesting. I had no idea. Yeah, using the Vim plugin, which I love. I mean, I still like Vim, and I still use Vim all the time, but... Okay, so, yeah, I'm not sure why... Okay, anyways, let's restart the bot. GFP solutions, and then a no, and let me go ahead and try creating a new counter again. Okay, so here we go, we do this. Okay, so we get expected string instance int found. More specifically on this. Okay, so let me actually double check what's going on here. So we use VS all the time at work for coding or capturing crashes on QA. And yeah, I mean, Visual Studio is kind of nice. I actually, you know, I used to use Vim when I was using Ubuntu for my main kind of programming environment. But then when I moved to Mac, I used VS Code. I never knew there was a distinction. What if you ate something venomous? Masochist. Hey, what's up, Rosolis? How you doing? Yeah, I'm a masochist, I guess, with the Vim plugin. No, I actually love it, as opposed to just being able to edit anything at a specific point in time. I'm not a big fan of that. Okay, so why are we getting... So here we're getting values, and we're getting an integer. Oh, it's because... Oh boy, we're getting... So it should be name, game, count type. Name, game, count type. And we got it all messed up. Name, game, count type. Ugh, darn. Something like that. There we go. I gotta fix that because... Yeah, I have to probably fix that in the future. Name, game, count type. Okay, so GFP solutions, a no. Okay, there we go. And let's go ahead and try to create new counter. Let's say death, and then death count, and then int found. Expected string instance, but it's still doing the same thing. So I'm not really sure why having an issue with those because we need to, let's go back to, where's the, here, let me catch up with chat. PyFlow and ProSolus, the name again, PySolus and ProFluff. Hi there, sweets, we're both beautiful, so it's okay. This chat is filled with lovely people. According to Google, venom is generally non-toxic to ingest, but must be injected under the skin. Interesting. Even more interesting. How does that work? Hey, at String Player Gamer, I'm going to send you a screenshot of something. I think you'll be amused. Nice. Okay, so I'm having an issue with integer. It wants an integer, and counterbalance. The order of this shouldn't actually matter. So I'm really kind of confused why it's doing this. Not really sure. So we have vals.keys. Vals.values. I thought we did, so mydict.values, that gives you, yeah, so you have to list it, right? List. Okay, and then basically, so that's what we're getting there. And then, let's say, for example, if I have 1 and 2, we need to vals.values.join. So, I'm not sure how... Oh, that's what we're missing, guys. We're missing the single quotes. Darn. We can't just do it simple, willy-nilly. We actually have to do the single quotes. Darn. So we're gonna have to do something like values is equal to, let's do something like L. So something like this, %s, and then comma, %L, or something like that, for L in, and then we list the values. Darn. This is so messy though, because then, yeah, because the final one shouldn't have a comma, right? Or does it even matter when we're inserting? Probably it doesn't matter, but let's give it a shot. Okay, so GFP solutions, no updating. And here, so let's do new counter, death count. No such table counter. Interesting. So now it's telling us that there is no table saying counter. Insert into counter %s values in create. No such table counter. But don't we create it here? Self.name. Yeah, so... Oh, Jordan, for the saves. So I need to construct a counter object somewhere. I thought I was creating it here on the init. And yeah, new Baroque. This is for, basically I want to create a, kind of like a dynamic one, so you can create a counter for, you know, dance count, death count at Little Nightmares, death count at, you know, Hollow Knight, and something like that. Oh, this guy fell. All right, so, and it is called when you run counter, name game. Oh, So yeah, poor duck. No. Help, chat. Death duck. Exactly. Stuff like that. So we can create a new counter on the fly in chat saying new counter duck, you know, and that would be cool. Okay, so this is only running when we basically do counters, something like that. Basically what you're referring to is maybe here or here, putting counter, initializing counter, right? So for example, counter. No ducks were harmed in the making of this stream. Duck false one. Yeah. poor duck is, but you see, you can never anger duck. Duck is always happy with a slight smirk. Look at that. Slight smirk duck. No worries. Always happy camper. Okay. So, like for example, counter and can I leave it blank? Let's see here. I think I'd probably do counter blank. Counter. Let's try doing that. Okay. GFP solutions. Has judgy eyes. Yeah, I do have to provide it, huh? Okay. Let's do GFP solutions. Okay. And then let's do new counter, death, duck, fall count. So in create, no such column duck, science and technology, and so forth. Interesting. Okay, so keys and values. So at least we're getting somewhere. we're getting somewhere. Maybe what I want to do. Oh, am I not putting the parentheses as well? Come on. No, I am. Let's go ahead and print our keys and values. Keys, values. Wait, what? I love how we got 2.5 gigabyte for free now on mid-range to upper-end boards now. What is that about? Prosolus contacts PETA. Oh no. Are you guys talking about motherboards or what? Okay, so let's go into GFP solutions. No. Okay, and then let's do new counter, fall count. Okay, so here we have this. So we have count type. Oh, we're returning an array. That's not good. That's our problem. Let's just do a basic loop, just in the interest of time. So val, for val in values, Consolus has 2.5 gigabits. My big lady desktop has 2.5 gigabits. Enjoy your lurk, Chocolate, your dinner. Consolus V2 has 2.5 gigabits as well, but she's not completed yet. Wait, so Prosolus, what is Consolus? So it's a PS3 emulator? or something like that. Actually, Prosolus, Jordan, who might be still lurking in the chat, is playing around with some emulators too. I might be misrepresenting that, Jordan, by the way, but he's doing some emulator work too. It's an x86 64 box running Batocera. Consoles. Okay, so for val and values, and then here we're basically gonna do values is equal to, actually we're going to do a list of this. So let's do this. No, it's true. I'm doing a Game Boy emulator in TypeScript. Yeah, I think Prosolus, you know, talking about people who like tech and stuff like that, Jordan is another fellow member of, I mean, Jordan knows probably 5,000 times more than I do in this world, but yeah, for sure. Values is equal to this. Okay, so for val and list val values, basically what we're gonna do is we're going to go ahead values, and we're going to go ahead plus or equal insert this value like so, and that should do it. So because we were returning an array before, so that was a problem. So GFP solutions and no on the update. And let's go into here, new counter, duck, fall count. Okay, let's take a look. Wait, so what happened now? Oh, come on. Rookie mistake. Oh, boy. Making stupid mistakes because I keep on looking back and forth, back and forth. Okay, so no on that. And then essentially now let's go ahead and try it again. New counter. Duck fall. Fall. Okay, let's take a look. So it looks good. Oh, whoa. But unfortunately, this is an int. Oh boy. So basically what we need to do now is if the value, darn. Basically, it wants an integer. In fact, Consoles V2's motherboard just came in today. Nice. Are you gonna show it and demo it for us?
I think keep fresh is a great slogan. They managed to convince the entire continent, if not the globe.
So is it complaining about the syntax error? Wait, insert into values, keys, values near this. Oh, let's do execute string, and let's do this. Let's kind of like distill it, if you will. So something like that, and then I want to print this, and then I just want to see basically what's going on. That's what I want to see. Okay, so keys values, okay. Gigabyte C590i Aorus Ultra. Is that the motherboard? All right. So GFP solutions, no. Yes, I'm going Intel again because mostly $$ and onboard graphics. Nice. Nice. Hey, Prosolus, I remember you giving me shit about Intel. I'm a little judgy, and look at these duck judgy eyes. The duck is judging you right now. Big time judgment. Look at that. No, I know. I'm just giving you a hard time always. Okay, so Duck judge. Oh, that could be fun. A command, duck judgment, and a randomized judgment from the duck of yes, no, like an 8-ball. You know? Like duck judgment. Okay, so let's okay, so now I'm gonna test this and see what that does. I just want to see the query string that I'm passing it. So new counter, and then say something along the lines of duck fall and fall and fall. Duck judgment day. Okay, so let's see what we're passing here. So we're actually, oh, duck fall. So name, let's open this up a little bit more. Okay, so insert into counter, name, game, count type. And then here we have values, duck fall, science and technology, 0, that could be causing issues, and then fall. Could this be causing issues? It could be. Because if we're inserting, let's go into this one. That could be the syntax error. Quack, quack, quack. Let's go here. So for example, if we do query and then here, %s, what we can do, again, I'm going to do something extremely hacky. So vals list is equal to, let's go ahead and copy this, and let's do this, and let's do this. Let's do count of vals lists, like so. So this is value count. Super hacky, guys, I know. There's probably a better way, but I'm like, my bandwidth right now is not that high. So so value count will give me the number of basically values we got, and then basically selected value is equal to 1. And then here, for example, we can do something along the lines of selected. Actually, we can start with 0. And then selected value plus or equal to 1. So now we're at 1. And then basically here we add something like this. And then essentially if selected value, we can do a while too. Whatever. If selected value is equal to value count, then is not equal or is less than to value count, then essentially we add values plus or equal to the comma, like that. The comma in space. Let's see here. I'm catching up. If it judges too many times, will it have no more ducks to give? Yeah, practically. Fantastic random team. But yeah, agree with you, FPS. I thought about going in AMD, but GPU prices are hella stupid. Yes, they are. The 3090, jeez. You know, it's like, it's still like, I mean, it's cheaper than what it used to be, but then the 39 is still like 2,500 or like 3,000, and then you have the other ones that are even more powerful that are like in the 10,000s. It's ridiculous. But the Intel Rocket Lake i7 with the comparable performance and emulators and onboard graphics. Got it. I will sell a kidney next week or so and get a mid-range GPU. Nice. We're into the kidney business now, guys. I didn't know kidneys were going for so much. Oh no. Oh no, I thought I could at least get a mid-range GPU for one. I barely was able to find a 3070 back. Jeez. Oh, that's hilarious. Okay. So, oh, count. It'll count. What am I doing? Excel? Len, come on. Okay, let's do this. GP solutions. All right, negative on that. Let's go back here. Okay, so let's do new counter, and let's do duck fall, and then fall. Boom! Finally! we finally created a counter. Oh my god, that took a little bit too much effort, guys. But so now we have duck fall, the counter, and that essentially will provide the counter. Let's go over here. So I want to show game as well on the, what is the new counter? So here, counter.get, new counter created for %s, and then we have that, and then basically the first one is record game, comma, like so. I have a 3090 FE liquid cooled now, a 6900 XT next to me, but neither of those will work in the Dan case A4SFX. Too big, too much power. Hey, Persolis, you want to hook someone up? No, I'm kidding. I'm still thinking of buying like a supercomputer, but with all the stuff I wanted to buy, it started getting ridiculously out of budget. Like, I was just kept on adding some really cool stuff, and yeah, it didn't. I got dissuaded from buying one because I don't want to buy like, I don't know. Maybe I should just buy it like a mid-tier or something like that. Nothing ridiculous. Yeah, I was looking at builds at 15K, 20K. So, you know, it is what it is. Okay, so now we can basically create counters. Solutions. And now what we want to do is both get the counter count and also add to the counter count. So that way we can actually say, you know, the duck fell again, or duck quack counter, and stuff like that. So let's do new counter now. Let's say duck, and then fall. New counter created for science and technology, duck fall. Life's too short to not go ridiculous. Well, it's not about, it's about budget, to be quite honest, you know? I replaced all the drives in my file server a few months ago. Oh, wow. That's a big change. I feel like that always would panic me whenever I'm changing anything with storage and so forth, you know? Of course, you do a big, massive backup beforehand, right? So, no, Jalen, unfortunately, you can't create new counters. It's only a mod command. So for example, commands, we do mod commands so new counter, but I'm gonna add next get counter or counter, like exclamation counter, and then it will show you the count for that. So we're gonna do that here in a second, but I'm gonna very quickly just take a quick little break, get something to drink, and I'll be right back. Feel free to play the dice game because there's no more complex game. So, all right, I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. It's rigged. Rigged dice. They're loaded die. Let's see here. Rolls a 1, rolls a 1. Heck, rolls a 4, rolls a 3. 4, 4. Do not. The broadcaster gets highest numbers. Kinda sus. Oh no. Rigged. Did I? Oh, do I have a delay issue? Maybe I do have a delay issue. Not sure. Dice, why? I ordered something that should fix everything. It's rigged. Oh, New Baroque. Got it, got it. It's rigged. Well, No Jalen just got a 6. That's so good. Alright. So, like, I want to get to a point where we could do some fun, even more fun stuff too, with a chatbot. Like, you know, more than just die, of course. Okay, so let's now do a get. So we have a create counter function, and let's do. So basically, I want to have. So I want to organize here as well. So these are going to be mod commands, and then basically we're going to go over here and make these like public commands. Public, like so. Have no fear, the Catman is here. Hey, legendary Catman, how are you? Yeah, New Baroque, that's essentially what I want to get to. So interaction with the screen, but that has to do not only with chatbot, but also some integration with like Streamlabs, and add an application to Streamlabs. So I gotta figure that out. Fantastic Random Team, gotta go. Have a lovely day. Yeah, have a lovely day, Fantastic Random Team. Thanks for stopping by. Definitely appreciate you hanging. What's good, brother? See you having fun with Python again. Yep. So having fun with Python now, not struggling with JavaScript. So a little bit better. But we're just doing some Twitch chatbots and doing some cool stuff here. Okay, so now what I want to do is, just in the interest of saving time, I'm going to go ahead and put this in here. And let's call this get counter. Get counter count. Something like that. And this is going to be a counter like this. And here what we're going to do is we're going to interpret the counter. Actually, in this case, we want to do e arguments like this. And I'm going to populate this like that. Okay, so list users is splitting. So you're going to have the command that says counter, and then after that, you're going to have a request for the counter name, and so forth. So let's go into. I liked how we had this usage, so I'm going to actually just copy the same usage, and then. So for example, we're going to do the parsed message. If the parsed message is less than 2, so essentially only has 1, which is counter, we're going to pass usage, counter, counter name, something like that. So that way it returns saying, hey, you got to do it differently. The message here, so essentially now what we're going to do is we're going to use the same kind of sort of method. But before we get into that, what I need to verify is I should probably remove all special characters. So remove all special characters from string in Python. So that way, you know, one element. Yeah, let's do regex. And then import re. And then essentially over here, if we go back, okay, so here we have new counter, shout out. Okay, so here we have the parsed message, and basically counter name is equal to parsed message, and we'll put that there, parsed message, and this is going to be 1, so the second string. And then actually, let's do counter underscore name here is equal to that. And let's go ahead and paste that over here like that. So we're basically removing all special characters only containing alphanumeric, both capitals and non-capitals. And then basically we're going to do this. So we're going to go into, let me just repurpose what I used here earlier, counter.get search values. Okay, and here, so search values here, they're going to be, name is going to be counter name. We don't have counter type. Record counter.get search values, which are these. And then basically, we're going to, if not record, then we're going to do, again, another message saying counter, counter does not exist, right? So, let's say counter, and then we can add something like counter does not exist. Counter %s does not exist. Something like that. And then %, and then add the counter name here. Oh, it kind of like, actually we don't need to do that, actually. All right, so record counter.get, if not record, then counter does not exist. And then here, for example, we're going to go ahead and saying counter, and then counter name. And then we're just going to do a %s here. And this %s is going to be no worries, New Broke. Thanks for stopping by. Have fun, and have fun with your doggo. Okay, so counter, we have the counter name, and then we're going to do the count. So count like that. And let's go ahead and remove it here. Okay. Self channel, counter, count, and then that should be, not sure why I had that. Okay. So, parse message, this should be over here. Okay, problems, we still have invalid syntax here somehow. Oh. Why did that change? Oh, hold on. Else if. Yeah, why is it complaining about that? Is it complaining because of this? It's probably complaining about that, huh? That's so weird. Okay, whatever. Remove documentation. I should probably just use, yeah, there we go. Okay. So now if we do get counter or counter, so let's go ahead and add to our commands. No worries, PyFluff. Have a good day. Thanks for stopping by. And by the way, PyFluff, thank you for rating me. Definitely appreciate it. Hope you have a great Pyter day. Pyter day? Pyter day? So I am not sure. But hope you have a fun Pyter day. Pyter day. I'm struggling with that, as you can tell. Okay, so let's see here. Okay, here we go. So we have dice, we have counter, like that. Okay, and let's go in here, restart it, GP Solutions, no on that. Okay, And now, for example, we can do counter duckfall. None type object is not iterable. Okay. It didn't like that at all. Okay, so none type object is not iterable. Ah. So duckfall does not exist. And basically, so that basically means we have to do it here. So basically, we do something like this is equal to record is equal to that. If not record, return false. But shouldn't it? Or I can just do something like this. If, else, and then none. That, I mean, that kind of does it. Like that. Let's give it a shot. Yeah, exactly. I think it's one of those things that I always thought, like, you know, just saying what game they were playing is not enough. Like, maybe like a little intro of them is a little bit more, it's cooler in my opinion. So let's do counter, duck underscore fall. Counter duck fall does not exist. Ah, that's right. I removed the ability of using special characters. Okay, so new counter, duck fall, and then fall. And then basically now we can do something. Oh no, it broke. Why did it break? It broke because none type object is not iterable. Again. It's very interesting. It shouldn't, because we're only parsing out, we're removing the special character from the second value in the list. C.fetch1. Oh, you know what? We should do record is equal to C.fetch one, and then here do something like this. Okay, and let's try that. Okay, and let's do a no there. Okay, and let's do. That's actually funny that it's now, it's kind of giving me. So let's do counter, duckfall. Built-in return record if record else. Built-in function or method is not iterable. I'm missing something. What am I missing? Oh, come on. It's fetch one like this. Darn. Okay. Let's go back. No on that. And let's do counter, duckfall. There we go. There we go. Counter, death. Counter death. And there we go. Cool. So, and we should do, so in the get, we should actually do two things. We should do game as well. So when we do the counter, sorry, I went wrong way. Let's do game. So counter values, count game. I want to do game. So let's do game here. And this is going to be game. And it should be probably R game. So basically it's going to retrieve the game. And where's the game again? Get channel info. There we go. And then here, there we go. So now we're gonna have the name, counter %s for %s, and that's gonna be game. Like that. And it's super messy right now, but it is what it is. So counter %s for game %s. Okay, let's go to shop. GFP solutions. Negative. Getting access token. Okay, let's open up the good old drink while this loads. Okay. So now, counter, and let's do duckfall. Counter duckfall for science and technology 0. Boom! So if we're playing Hollow Knight, it's gonna add for Hollow Knight death counts. If we're playing Little Nightmares, it's gonna increase it for Little Nightmares and stuff. It's kind of cool. So that way we can have a death counter ongoing for multiple games, and it doesn't like blend in together, which is kind of cool. Okay, so that's basically getting the counter. You shouldn't be able to break it. So if we do counter duckfall, we shouldn't be able to do something like select star from let's say counter. Select. Let's actually add some from counter. Yeah, perfect. So counter duckfall select does not exist, which is kind of cool. Getting there with the counter, huh? With the Twitch bot. So it's actually another one that could be cool is list counter. So I'm gonna add to do list counter that gives you all the counters for the existing game, because that could be cool, right? You can see all the counts. Okay, so the next step that I want to do, actually, you know what? Let's just go ahead and do that right now instead of doing it to do, because list counter, list counters. And then basically here, we don't need any of that. We can remove that. Counter.get search vals. Record is equal to counter.get. Okay, and then essentially here what we can do is counters live. And then here we can just do search vals. We're gonna have to do a get list or get all of sorts, because right now we're doing a fetch one on the get function. So, and then let's do %s. And then here, for example, we're gonna do record, like so. So list counters, the game is gonna be a search parameter there. So it's gonna give us all the counters of here. And we're gonna do a get all. Oh, you know what? Search counter.get, and let's do all is equal to true, like that. So passing an additional parameter, And then here get, we're gonna do an all is equal to false by default, unless if we specify it. And then if all, then we're gonna do else. We're gonna do this one, paste, and then this is gonna be fetch all. So fetch all, and then we're gonna have the entire record string like that. Okay, and then essentially here, so list counters, we get the channel info, we get the game, we search for it. If not record, then return true. Wait, hold on. Oh, darn, okay. Return true. Let's actually, while we're at it, so counter %s does not exist for %s. And then here, let's add counter name and the game, our game, like this. And then we can close it like that. So essentially, then counter game, okay, perfect. And then here list counters. Basically, we search for the game, counter blah blah blah. I'm actually going to copy and paste. So if no record, counter, and then %s does not have any counters available at the moment. And then we can do this as, let's go ahead and remove that. And there we go, return true. So now essentially, and then here in the private message, we're gonna have counter %s for, so counters for, so for the game, so counters for the game. And then we're gonna have here multiple, but for now I just want to test out how it's gonna come out, and then we'll figure it out. So list counters, let's go back here, GFP solutions, negative on that, getting access token, and now we can do list counters. If record, oh, dictionary of record, if record else none. Darn. Okay, so return. Okay, that's not going to work, huh? Because here we're doing a dictionary of records. So if all, let's do. Actually, it should be for the fetch one, and then here we just return records. Record. I know it's kind of like weird, but anyways. So for fetch all, this won't work. So what we got to do is do something like this. So dict L for L in record. The only problem is if we get a none, it's still going to complain. So if record, yeah, because if it's a none, it's a none, so it's going to be escaped and it's going to return as none. So okay, there we go. So let's do that. GP solutions, no. Okay. Heading out for work, GP Solutions. Have a great rest of your stream. For sure. No, Jalen. Have a good day. Thanks for stopping by and hanging out. I really appreciate it. Let's say here, for example, list counters. Boom. Counters for science and technology. Duckfall. Duckfall. There's a lot of duckfalls. And so forth. So that's kind of cool. Okay, cool. So now, essentially, we're going to have an array of counters. So list counters, and basically what we're going to do here is counter-strike. counter string is equal to this, and then for counter in record, counter record in record, then we're going to do counter string plus or equal to, and then here we're going to add something like let's say, for example, %s, and then %s, like basically counter name, and then count. I don't know why I did counter type, to be honest. I'm not sure what counter type is for, but whatever, you know. And then here, counter record. For counter record, and let's call this records actually. So counter record, so let's add a % here, and then counter record, what's the name of it again? Name, and then count, name and count. Name, and then count. Okay, and then here we go with count. Counter string plus or equal to that. Something like that. Actually, we can add something like that. Yeah, that works out. Okay. And then counter string here, like that. So now, if we go back, negative on that, and then let's go here. Oh, let's go here. Okay, let's go here, and let's do list counters. If not record, oh, that's right. If not records. Okay, there we go. Okay. I should probably put exception handling, to be honest. Because like every single time it would break. That's kind of like list counters. Computer science technology, duckfall, duckfall. Nice. So essentially now we have a list of counters that we can take a look at. We can do counter duck for science and technology, and so forth. Let's do now an update. So update the counter. We can actually remove that altogether, and we can go ahead and do an update soon. Okay, so update counter, and then basically update counter most likely will be something like for now let's make it a mod command, but we're gonna do it later, maybe open it up to the public or something. So update counter, and then here, for example, if privileged user, which is another function I already created earlier, basically if it's not 3, so then here update counter name, and then essentially additive integer, and it's additive, so basically meaning whenever we update a counter, it's going to increase it by that integer provided there. And actually, how do we do it in the man pages? Exit help vim man vim options. How do they do optional? options. Man, Python. So they add those things. And then the arguments. Okay, so maybe I'm thinking too much into it. Let's do integer for now. And if integer is not there, we're going to assume it's a 1. So that way it makes it a little bit easier. Okay, so if the parsed is less than 2, optional. I'm going to do optional. Something like that. So basically you can do update counter and counter name and that increases it by 1, or you can add the by how much are we increasing. So that would work there. Okay, so basically counter name, and then basically this is going to be counter name, that's 1. This is going to be increase parsed message, and we're going to do int of this, and then essentially here try increase increase, and then here accept, and then accept exception. And basically here, basically if this is not an int, please provide an int. Going to work on my own stuff. Have a good rest of the stream. Absolutely, Jordan. Thank you for stopping by. I'll definitely talk to you later. But thanks for stopping by and hanging out. Really appreciate it. And then, oh, if anyone's here and you want to see a legit coder, do emulation stuff, check out Jordan. He's pretty darn cool. So you guys should check him out. Okay, so try. Okay, so here we have the increase. We're going to do int. If this fails, we're going to go ahead and send a message saying integer not, let's do %s is not an integer, and then usage, and then here we can add a % and basically add this like so, like that. Okay, so then basically if we do have an issue, we're gonna go ahead and say that it's not an integer, then they have to go back. Okay, so what else? Try increase, parse message, we have the exception here. And now what I want to do is use that increase. So what we want to do is get the counter number, which we already got here, get counter count. And here we have this. And then I'm going to copy this. And then let's go ahead and put this over here, like so. And then basically here the search vowels are counter name and the game. Oh, we need to retrieve the game piece. It's kind of getting messy for one massive function. Get counter. Let's do this. Let's do. Okay. Oh, we do have it. Okay, never mind. I thought we didn't. Okay, so here we have the update counter. I don't know why I brought this in here like that. If not record, blah, blah. Okay, so search values. I'm confusing myself now. Counter name. We have search values, counter name, our game. Oh, this should go over here. Record, counter.get in the search values. If not record, then we return that error message. If not, now we can use the record name and so forth. So let's say, for example, current value is equal to count type. Oh, no, count, I think. Record count. And actually, yeah, it does come in as an integer, which is great. So we have current value is record count. And then basically current value is equal to counter name increase yeah, we don't have to do this. We can just do, actually, let me leave it for now just in case. Increase is equal to 1. So even if it's not present and there's a key error because it's out of tuples, or if it's not an integer, then we replace it with 1. I mean, that should do it. That should actually fix it right there. And then we have current value, and then we have plus increase, right? And that will give us current value. And then basically what we want to do is update essentially our record. Now we still don't have a write function, so we're going to have to start that again. So here, let's say, for example, counter get name and game, and then this is going to be our game again. Counter that got search vowels, and then basically counter updated for, and then count. Okay, and then basically, oh, you know what? I'm gonna do past value is equal to record count. And then I'm going to say past value to record count. So add a something like that. Let's see here. Counter updated for game %s. And then basically I'm going to move this over here to here. So we have the name, the game, past value, record count, like so. So that way we can see the difference. Counter, duck fall, updated for science and technology, from 1 or from 0 to 1, like so. Okay, cool. So we have our game, current value. So now what we have to do is update the value. Okay, counter vowels, counter name, our game. We don't want to create. We're going to search it at the end. And then we're going to present that. Okay, so now before the update, what we need to do is we need to create a update, right? So we're going to have a define write like this. And then here, define write. And basically what we're going to do is we're going to write the values. Counter. And it's funny because we're going to have to search vowels and vowels. We need to have both, right? Because we need to update if memory serves me right. Let's do delete, update, something like this. Okay, so for example, and let's go ahead and put this in comments here. And basically what we're going to do is we're going to update this. So we need to do something like update, and then we can remove this counter, and then set, and then basically counter set, and then we're going to do something like count, or set %s, and then where, and that's going to be where, yeah, and that's going to be our query keys and set, and this is going to be our update query, and this is going to be our search query. Okay, alright, so we have to do, and we already did the where in the past. So the where is here, search val.items. For item in list search val.items. Why am I iterating through all of these? %s. Query. Wait, I'm a little bit confused why I'm doing this. For item in search vals.items. Shouldn't I be doing this over here? Second. Yeah, I'm not sure why it's been working. Okay, let's give it a shot. Is there any... Okay, let's give this a shot. GFP solutions, negative there. Okay, now let's give this as a list counter. It's so weird that I was doing it before, counter and then duckfall. Okay, so it's so weird that it was working with an incorrect way to query it. So so let's add this. This is going to be like this. Okay, and let's go ahead and go in here and type this, and this is going to be search query. Second, and then for item in list search vals dot items, key is equal to item, value item 1, query like that. So update counter set in the search vals. So that should be good. That gives us the search query. Okay, and then this is and. Right. We might want to create this as a sub-function since we have it both here and here. Yeah, let's do that. Let's create define prepare search query. Let's do search query. Ah, come on. Self. Okay, there we go. And basically self, and then essentially we're going to provide the dictionary. So search vals like this. And then basically we're going to return search vals. Okay, so basically what happens is we return something like this. Okay, so go in here. Search query is equal to second is equal to that. we're going to return that search vals.items for item, blah, 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 and then we return search query. And then basically, we're going to go in here and do self dot prepare search query. And then here, we're going to present this. And this is going to be our search query. What's up, Chocolate? How was dinner? Self. Oh, self is not defined. Darn. I think I can get away with... Can I get away with this? Hey, need your thoughts on this? Working on a platform like Twitch for science and tech exclusively to collab and add contributors for the project development, since Twitch is more for game streaming, not many collab tools available for coding building projects. Want to know if there are any value for such community learning collab platform. Gallowitz. I mean, I think there is. And by the way, you might want to. Obviously, you're probably asking a thousand other developers / programmers. I'm more of a businessman type developer. My main focus is actually in business and business consulting, and then on the side I kind of develop. I think there is a value there, but with everything, creating a community is so hard. So, for example, in Twitch alone, the science and technology hasn't picked up. And I think the reason why it hasn't picked up is because sometimes it's a little bit hard to bring traffic into this, because it's not as entertaining as watching someone play a song, and it's not as entertaining as someone playing the game. So it could be a function that you might say, well, it's an opportunity because Twitch doesn't focus on it. You could say that, but then at the same time, I think it could be there's a reason why there isn't that much traffic, right? I mean, not to dissuade you at all. I mean, it's always great to go in an endeavor that not others are doing. It's just hard to say. You know, does watching someone program bring enough traffic to create a community? And basically, for someone to enjoy a programming stream, it requires the audience to know a little bit of programming so that they're not completely lost. Because if they don't understand or they can't read a little bit of code, it's just going to look like mumbo jumbo, right? So that there alone, you're already restricting yourself to a specific small audience, as opposed to like watching a game. Anybody can watch a game. If you like games, you're going to watch a game. Watching music, anyone can watch music, right? And not be lost. So anyways, if there is something unique to it where like the audience can interact and have fun while you're doing it, and you know, then more power to you. It's just hard. It's just hard. I think the function why programming is not that big in Twitch, I don't think it has to do with the fact that Twitch hasn't focused on programming. That's a long-winded answer to your question, and hopefully I didn't overstep, if you will. But hopefully that helps. Okay, so I wanted to use prepare search query here, but I need to use the self thing. And the problem is, actually, can I do this? It won't work, right? Because it's not defined. Yeah, no worries. I mean, again, not to dissuade. I mean, your journey is your journey, and you do what you do. I mean, I'm an entrepreneur myself. If I went with what people told me, then I would have never started my own company. So, so you do you, man. If you believe in it, go for it. But I gave you my honest opinion. Oh, Galowitz, thanks for following. Appreciate it. Okay, so I'm in a dilemma now because I don't want to do... I want to do like self. But then that will break me retrieving self from the other, which is kind of annoying. So, can I just do counter? Yeah, I can just do this, right? And that will work. Current value. Okay, cool. Yeah, I can do that. I can do that. So search query, counter, prepare search query with search vowels. And basically I can do the same thing for the get. I'm just jamming to this song right now. The jazz flu? And then here we're gonna do query, search query right there. Just jamming to the tunes right now. Okay, search query counter dot prepare search query search vowels, execute string update counter set %s. We have the where, which is the search query. Now we need to create the update query, which is the vowels. And basically for that we can use the same thing we did here. Do that. But it's going to be a little bit different though this time around, because so let's go ahead and go in here. Oh, actually I already had it here. Okay. So define right, we have the vowels, we can have the keys, we have the values like so. Vowels list is equal to vowels.values. Yep, vowels count. This is the blah blah. Select the values is equal to 0 for vowel and vowel list. And here, for example, we can add the vowel list. And basically, what we need to add here is a update. And basically, it's going to be a set, and it's literally just going to be something like this, like that. So. That's pretty straightforward. So we're going to do something like this. Let's do %s is equal to %s.
If you are too demanding or too greedy,
and then percent.
your mind is not rich and self-sufficient.
Yeah, right, Chocolate? That jazz flute was going nuts.
You will end up violating your own precepts.
Okay, so %s is equal to %s, and what is my %s here? My %s here should be what was I using it here?
Beginner's mind is the mind of compassion. When our mind is compassionate,
oh, the problem here is, yeah, the problem here is I actually don't want to do this. I want to do vowels.items. Vowels.items. And this is going to return my update values.
be very, very careful about
Like this. Yep. And then I want to go ahead and remove all of this and then do for val in update values. And basically here, it's going to be as simple as val 0 and val 1. Val 1. Like so. And so we have the set. Okay. And then, yeah, that should work, I think. So, okay, so we have update values. What's this whole selected value thing? For vowels and update values. Select value. I don't need any of that, right? Oh yeah. Update query is equal to let's see here. Update query is going to be equal to this. For val and update values, we can do something like this. A double space, hopefully doesn't break it. How do you SQLite update multiple values at once? Darn, okay, so it is column name equal value, comma. Got it. So then we have to do that hacky value count thing. Okay, so value count is equal to len of update values. So select the value here. So select value +1, and then if selected value is less than, there we go. So, so this is going to be update query plus or equal to, and then update query plus or equal to that space. There we go. That works. So for val and update values, selected value is plus or equal to 1. Update query is that. If selected value, so that way we have multiple. Okay. All right, this looks good. Execute string, and that's basically update counter set that where that, right? Set column name is equal to maybe do this, right? New value. Does the new value have to be $41? Darn, it has to be like this, right? I think it does have to be like that. We'll see. Okay, so cool. So we pass the search vals and vals and then to the right function, and then we should be good to go. So update the value here. What we're going to do is counter dot right, and then here what we're going to do is search vals, and then update vals, and then update vals is equal to that, and then here this is going to be counter, or count is going to be current value. Update vals. And then do that. All right, here we go. Let's give it a shot. Okay, let's see if this works. Okay, taking down the bot. GFP solutions. Negative on that. Okay, here we go. So counter duck. Oh, did not mean to say that. Search vals. First search query. Search vals. Oh, I forgot to do. I forgot to do search vals. Yeah, it slipped. It slipped. Counter.get search vals. Counter.write search vals. Wait, so where did it break? It broke on search query in get. Missing one required search vals. Oh, prepared search query and counter. Okay, let's take a look. Counter prepare search query. Oh, that's right. So search query counter, we don't have to add this like that. Okay, there we go. Okay, let's go here. GFP solutions. Negative. Yeah, autocorrect, right? All right, so counter duck. There we go. And then here we do update counter. Duck for 1. Nice, it works. Counter duck. Come on. There we go. Counter list. counter list or list counters. Do I have the command here? Commands? Oh, so new counter, update. So let's go ahead and due diligence here. Let's add our new commands. So update counter to here. That. And then here we're gonna do, what was the other one? Counter list, right? List counters. Okay, so here we go. We have where is it? Okay, here we go. List counters. Up. There we go. Okay, so now counter list counters. So then list counters. The bot's a little bit slow. And then if I do update counter duck and I say 10, 1 to 11. Nice. It works. It works. It's alive. Yeah. I like that. I like that emote for sure. It's really cool. Oh, by the way, SQLite, did you see the new emotes for Zossi? Of course, I don't have emotes yet. But let's see here. They were done by Kong Vector. Let me... Boom, 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 boom. Some good old emotes. They're funny. Yeah, they're very funny. Yeah, they're pretty darn cool. I mean, they turned out pretty darn well, huh? In my opinion. They're pretty cool. So, okay, so we can create counters now. List counters. Counter. Usage counter. Counter. Duck. Counter duck for science and technology. We can create, we can update. What else? SQLite. Would it be from a shout out, counter count. So we have dance. I mean, I can add dance. So I can add like dance stuff. I can add dance sayings or like stream sayings. So for example, when someone says something funny, like you add it as a saying. Tango. Nice. Quotes. We got some quotes going. Die. Title. Oh, where did I initialize the counter? So I initialized it here, which is kind of like ugly, but it is what it is. It's working. So we have counter, per search query, create. We can also do, so for vowels and vowel list, we do this multiple times so we can clean this up a little bit. For vowels and vowel list, vowels list. Like this whole value count, we can essentially so we can basically create this and do values. Prepare value query. Define. Prepare value query. And then here vals list. Like that. And then we can add this. Value count is vals list. Select value 0 for val and valid. Select value plus or equal to 1. And then values %s. Something like that. Did that do the same thing here? Update, create value query. Then basically value count. Why is it complaining about that? Why is it complaining about this? Invalid syntax. Oh, of course. Okay, there we go. So essentially, and then here we can return values, right, like that. And then here, values is equal to, what was this again? The counter dot prepare create value query. And then here, vals list. Like that. Like that. And then values. Oh, that should be over here. There we go. So now we have prepare create query like that. And then that cleans things up substantially. Prepare. Let's go ahead and change this to prepare. All right, so this is there we go. There we go. Okay, so we're cleaning stuff up a little bit right now. Okay, so we have prepare search query, we have prepare create value query, and then essentially prepare update value. Prepare update value query. And here vals list. And then we can Command C, update values. Lurk, that's a good one. That's a good one. We definitely have to add a lurk command for sure. Define, prepare. Oh, we already have that. No worries. Enjoy your alert. Let's do this. Update query. Okay, and then essentially update values comes in here, and then essentially here what we do is yank, paste, and then this update query is counter to prepare update value query, and then update values like that. So cleaning it up substantially. Like that. Value count. Oh, value counts. Where did we do value counts? A value count is equal to len update values. Okay, let's see if we broke anything. Solutions, negative on that. Okay, here we go. Get list counters. Okay, counter duck. New counter death. Death. Okay, counter death. Cool. List counters. There we go. Cool, cool. So we cleaned up stuff substantially here. All right, so that's pretty darn good. Yeah, so this has been cleaned substantially. And then here, I'm going to go ahead and add some more commands. And then here, the lurk command, and then unlurk. Okay, and then here, for example, we're going to do lurk, unlurk, and literally just going to do this and say for the lurk, stream in the background. And then essentially here we can do welcome back. Welcome back to the stream. We can do and then add this emote. And let me add let's see here. This one, hype sneak. And okay, so we have lurk and unlurk. Okay, let's add the commands to the top. Okay, there we go. Lurk, unlurk. There we go. Okay. No. Okay. And now and then unlurk. And then we can also add user status in the stream. So maybe ideas here. So to do user status. Essentially, if someone is lurking, it says they are lurking. Something like that. That could be cool. So basically, we do a user status table that basically presents if they're lurking or not, which is kind of cool. All right, I'm gonna take a quick little break. Gonna get some more drink, and I'll be right back. Oh, let me bring that in. All right, I'm back. Oh, I forgot my. All right, I'm back. Okay. Alrighty then. I got some Annie stuff, some little cheddar cheese, and some little grams. Some good stuff. Some good fuel here. Good stuff. Hopefully you can't hear my chewing. That would be annoying. Yeah. Okay. Another thing I can do is add the dance messages, like update dance message. That could also be cool. So there's a lot of cool stuff. So let's go to the to-do here. So essentially, to-do, make all the dance messages, etc. editable and maintainable from within the Twitch chat. What else would be interesting? We talked about the chat status. What else would be interesting? Oh, sayings table. To do. Streamer sayings table. So for example, someone can add a saying and then you could say retrieve saying and it basically replies with the saying. That's another one. So we have the update counter, shout out. I'm trying to wonder what I should do next. What could be another fun thing? Wow. Empty. That was quick. Really not sure. Let's see here. Let's go here. Twitch bot ideas. Okay, so Nightbot, Moobot, they're awesome, but they can be a bit overwhelming. There are tons of options, switches, commands, and variables that it can be tough to blah blah. What sort of neat things have you set up? Have you ever seen? I just started using Nightbot and tried it out the first time last night. So far, I have rotating list of messages, plugging subs, follows, a command that when the game I'm playing is tied and going to sudden death allows users to trigger a sudden death sound effect. Commands that give one line of information about the teams that are playing. 2-point system giveaways and much more. We could do something like Twitch status. Not sure. I might actually switch to games here because I'm running out of ideas, to be honest. Might switch to just streaming a game. Yeah, I think that's for now. That's good for now in terms of the Twitch bot. We did a lot today. So today what we did was we added shout out, we added new counter, we added update counter, we added counter, list counters, lurk, unlurk. That's pretty much it. Yep. We did a lot of commands. Okay. All right. Well, I might be streaming here a game in a few minutes, or not sure if like in an hour or so. And I bet that's gonna be a little bit more enjoyable. But other than that, thanks for watching. Oh, Rubber Ducky enjoys or appreciates you watching. And yeah, thank you. I'll see you guys later, and hope you guys have a good Saturday. Peace out.